And hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sunless Skies with Xinthar, and maybe later Stukka, but just not right now. As we turn on all the things and continue our game. I hope you're all doing well and you've had a good, well, day in general. Let's see. Last time, we discovered an unfortunate fate. Actually, that's a little loud. There we go, that's better. Just make that a little bit more normalized. Let me know if it's too quiet. I can always turn it up for you guys and turn it down for myself. But either way, I think what we're going to do here is last time we gathered a Captain Whitlock. Take the box. Oh no, sorry, not Captain Whitlock. Cryptozoologist, fastidious inspector. Fate of the Parsifal, that's it. Lieutenant Commander Percy Blythe. We will take him to the Trader's Wood. I do much prefer the journal in this one. I can actually see what I've been doing. I have terrible memory, as I'm sure we all remember from Sunless Skies. First thing I'm going to do is repair my engine. And then go and purchase of summer. Fuel and supplies. Do I need crew? Well, we've got 7. We may as well fill up. Route 2 or 3 crew. 3 crew takes us to 10. We have a little bit of cash, but not an awful lot. We do have some hours. We need the seeds for Magdalene's. Let's have a look at the shops. Bazaar, nothing in there. Engineering, here we are, the market. Shall buy... Oof, those are expensive. Yeah, that should satiate us for the moment. Now we're going to head for Magdalene's, which should be up to the north somewhere here. No, Palmier and Plenty's is that way, as well as the wreck of the Parsifal. Traitor's Wood is off in this direction somewhere, I'm guessing. But for the moment, our ambition is wealth. That's right, Lokiwi. I'm aware that I have terrible memory. It's fine. Then brilliant sights of the sky. Don't have too much terror, but we can rid ourselves of some of it at Magdalene's. Trappisto's Hurry. Everything is bursting with life here. Sometimes too much life and it begins to leak into the things that were never meant to live. If we find any Chorister bees, Sergeant Nubbles, I'll be sure to force them into any container they'll fit into. The Belfair Owl. Let's see, your Veils gives us a 34% chance of success. Well, we could mourn the dead. We'll try. The damage is so extensive, the whole chassis is on the verge of collapse. Tread lightly. A partial success, I'll take it. You lead the boarding party into the groaning hull. You'll need to be quick. It sounds like it could tear itself apart at any moment. Insulated in your sky suit, lamps held high, you lead them onwards. I need more supplies. 2 supplies for a total of 4. A reach marauder. Typical. Ah, very good chance of success for you. What did we find? Well, 2 Stalin-sued gossip. The cabin door did not survive the onset of your guns, nor did the captain. You have to tread carefully. The carpet will not be saved. A few scorched documents sit on their bronzewood desk. They make for interesting reading. Apparently London had need of a few brave captains willing to bring fire to the Tacites. You would not have expected the signatories of the orders. Got a few supplies. Another scarred casualty of the interminable Winchester War. The Hour of the Wolf. I didn't think it would pass. Your doubts are hungry tonight. They seize your past decisions one by one, worrying at each like wolves at a lamb. Sleep is impossible. When your shift arrives, you arise haggard and unrested. You splash water on your face and wonder what mistakes you'll make today. This almost looks like the passage to Hybris. This is most unfortunate. I thought it the passage to Magdalene. We have a thing. A dock. A new dock has been discovered in the skies. Perkins Copse. Ah, and I have found Magdalene's. Perfect. Hello, Sassy. Good to see you. We request a treatment for guilt. The skies are full of terrible wonders. All skyfarers see more than they should when they sail the sunless sky. The sound of soft laughter and the occasional sob echo through the stained glass walls of the treatment chambers. An attendant sits guard before the door. I'll just need to ask for the particulars. We will always alleviate your fears, but the method is at your discretion. You are not sinless. The attendant nods solemnly. Congratulations, you're the last entry in the journal. He makes a note in a large red leather-bound book. Today's journal, at any rate. Up. Water break. Thank you, Sassy. An attendant holds up a candle before 4 doors of mirrored glass. 4 of our staff are available today. Each has their own speciality. Their names are not yours to know, only their craft. He smiles suddenly, his teeth gleaming like links on a chain. You know yourself best. Who can tend your wounded heart? Whoever you need, you can find behind one of those doors. Someone who once meant a very great deal. They are not with you now. The room is as you left it that last time. There stood, cigar in hand, facing the window where you left them. The smoke has stained the glass thunder grey. They turn as you shut the door. Is that a list in their hand? Have they been waiting some time for this? We need to go to the bazaar. We will sell them our delicious seeds. That gives us 100 sovereigns, 150 experience. Damn. Gourd of Choriston Nectar is what we need again. Carefully packed crate of munitions. Well, they're 40 each. How many sovereigns do I have at the moment? Uh, 342 sovereigns. It's only 3. May as well grab them. We'll take those. Beatrice's exchange. She offers fuel and souls. What do they have? We can deliver the Sky-Madden Captain. The nurses bring a stretcher to carry the Sky-Madden Captain from your train. He'll receive the care of Magdalen's finest, at least. Magdalen's finest with a sense of charity, given that he has nothing on him to pay for their ministrations. We have a vision of the heavens. Our terror has fallen, and we gain 100 experience. Write a port report. Magdalen's is abuzz with activity. Barely has the clock chimed, then a clamour goes up at the front desk, guests rushing to and from appointments. Lord Blank was seen in conversation with the amenable host. The east wing was closed for general access all day. A certain distinguished admiral was seen with his second-in-command entering one of the chambers of regret. Several guests succumbed to an excess of sentimentality and were forcibly removed. An attendant escorts you through the dazzling violet corridors. The host's red door is always open. The attendant leaves you just as the clock begins to chime. The amenable host reclines on a couch of crushed velvet, a goblet of sparkling wine in his long fingers. Somewhere in the tower above him, the great clock ticks away. As a policy, the host's atrium is always open to guests. He is available to hear opinions, friendly criticism, and suggestions. Today he has a headache. His voice is soft and sibilant, like butter melting in candlelight. A guest has become rather too attached to a particular attendant. He always requests that the same attendant appear in the exact same guise. The amenable host's lips curl in distaste. He reiterates the aim of Magdalen's, a place of healing and respite. It was meant to feed obsession or self-indulgent self-loathing. This guest brings sickness. I would have him purged. I have a dossier on our guest if you're interested in helping. An unwelcome truth. The amenable host would like to talk to you about a difficult guest. Take the Latrimo's guest dossier. That's fine, Riviere. I enjoy it, though. The stories you get are always what's more important than the finishing of it. The amenable host smiles indulgently. I'm so glad you want to help. He produces a thin sliver of pages and passes them to you. I'd recommend taking on the role of one of our attendants. That way you'd be playing the role of someone significant to him. The amenable host sighs, reaching for his goblet. He knows all about attendants by voice now. Someone new is needed. Deal with the lachrymose guest. He stands on the threshold of a treatment chambers, his hands trembling. The attendants on duty have been informed about your involvement. How do you plan to deal with him? Hey, Maze Hughes. Thank you for the 1 bit. Greatly appreciated. British space program is continuing. So far we have not gone mad or been forced to eat anyone. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing remains to be seen. How do you plan to deal with him? A treatment chamber has been emptied for you. Should you wish to adopt a guise from his past, alternatively, he is standing right there. He does seem to have noticed you. His eyes instead boring through the doors of the treatment rooms. Well, Xinthar number 6 at it again. Disguise ourselves as his lover. The attendant daubs your lips in the correct shade and finishes coloring your eyes. He likes him to be jovial. He cannot bear him to be sad. This proved correct when the lachrymose guest appears. You weep, you lie, you wheedle. You are unhappy here, doing this. By the end, you are both in tears. Neither of you will be returning again, here as you are. Attendant escorts you through the dazzling violet corridors. The host's red door is always open. The attendant leaves just as the clock begins to chime. The amenable host smiles beatifically. Of course, my staff will be pleased. It is a risk of our trade when our clients can no longer separate identity and illusion, but seldom pleasant. He sighs deeply, echoing the chamber like newly freed dove. One moment. It is a trap any of us could fall into. His face darkens briefly. Here, take this. He fishes around beneath his couch for one of his goblets. It'll fetch a pretty price. Take it with my thanks, and do visit us again. There we go, we made some money. Suppose we should take on just a touch more fuel. This will allow us to remain in the sky a moment longer. Damn cantankeries. Now they're too busy fighting each other. I'll take the money, thank you. 29 sovereigns. There's a lot more than I thought I would find here. Indeed, very dystopianly Victorian. I'm just going to keep getting money out of them. Damn, no money. Well, money, but lost a crew. Nope, money. 33 souls. Not bad for murdering. Yes, I do need to patch up now, thanks to those cantankery. I was hoping I could explore a little bit more, but that might be impossible now. Something to the northeast. Ah, signal box. Yeah. It's not worth taking from the cache at this point. 2 sky stories. The signal box has been blasted by weapons fire. Despite the holes, the shattered tiles, the fractured beams, it still has enough structural integrity for you to climb inside without risk. It was made with care and pride. Inside, beneath a desk covered with rusted levers, is a luggage trunk. Captains in dire need can borrow from the cache inside, but custom dictates they must later replenish it. This place was a folly, and already nature strives to claim it. It's not a place to linger. The stokers work vigorously. This place makes them yearn for the riotous camaraderie of New Winchester. Thank you, Addison Wick. You gave me some very nice sky stories, but we must be off. Into the black, as they say. I missed a thing. I must investigate further. A homestead. Settlers who live so far beyond the edge of civilization relish the hardship of solitude. They will fiercely defend their small territories, but occasionally welcome company and trade. The homestead makes a living from tourism, an optimistic trade in the Reach. It has signs boasting of glittering wonders open to all. Those living here dismantled their locomotive to build their home. The bridge, now windowless, has been transformed into the front porch, tied to its large wooden sign, "Tours available." The woman who welcomes you beams and directs you into the cellar. A tunnel is cut into its walls. braced with old pipes and coupling rods. The ceiling is low, and while before you can get straightened, your guide raises her lantern. The walls coruscate, gold, cerulean, and verdigris. Oh, very nice. We saw some pretties. The Bay of Manchester. Boilers smoking at Tannhauser Gate. All these things will be lost now, like crew in the rain. Time for some tea. I don't know where I've ended up, but I don't like it. Too far north. Much too far north. There are fell things in this place. And it's too quiet. Naught here but the sound of our engine and the blaze of the stars overhead. Oh no. I know this place. Here be dragons. Yes, I think running away is a good idea right about now. I'd like to get out of this frozen hellscape. Getting while the getting's good, as it were. And yet it's the only way forward is through here. Damn. I don't know, it just kind of loops in on itself. Well, I've wasted enough time here. Yep, thank you, Atamu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Whoop. Where was I? Oh, an enduring dreadnought. And a cantankery. Yeah, almost. Strive, spinster! Time to run! No, thank you. This close to the mother of mountains, the sky grows cold. Your crew don coats and gloves. Schwartz's oath. Thank God he didn't get a scent of me. What is down there? Oh, yes. Run away, not today, disco lady. I am getting a little low on supplies, and we seem to be entering the Traitor's Wood section. Whoops. Ah, Titania. Driver points at Titania. Flower of the Reach. Father wanted to move here, but bees happened. We found those bees you were after. Hello, T.O. See, they're selling sacks of verdant seeds. We have Charleston nectar. I'm afraid what we really need is some supplies and some fuel. Let's see. Titania is cupped in the petals of a colossal orchid. Heady with scent, lurid with colour, an enclave of bohemians have made it their home, seeking inspiration in the wilderness of the Reach. Oh, such terrible bees. The port unfurls itself, welcoming you ashore. This perfumed haven was intended for thinkers, artists, philosophers, and poets. Instead, you enter its main dome to find yourself surrounded by arguing bohemians, and the unfinished shells of a building in a variety of styles. Nobody looks happy, but everyone agrees it's someone else's fault. Well, first things first, we shall write a port report. What is Titania? A question with no easy answer. To the poets, a place of inspiration. To the stoneworkers, an untouchable slab. To the playwrights, a blank page. A place of tranquility, of creation. And your interviewee pauses, suddenly looking worried. Do you hear buzzing? Apologies, must get inside. You can't see or hear anything, however. You assume it's just a force of habit. We shall meet with the rhapsodic mare. Well, that'd be a thing. Ah, welcome to my hive of bees. They're the size of my locomotive and about half as intelligent. Titania's petals fill the air with perpetual perfume, but eventually you become accustomed to it. Even so, the scent of the many flowers and the mare's small offers sends your senses reeling. Obviously unaffected, she sits behind her desk and gestures for you to take the other chair. Ask the mayor about Titania. How can a place like this flourish here in the dark? A spectacular place, isn't it? We couldn't believe that nobody else had colonized it after, well, whoever built it. All the crystal domes and spires. Honestly, I can't believe our luck. Ah, says they didn't build it. Somebody else did. Crewman Cage has gone missing. In the distance, carried by the honeyed winds, a faint shout of "Not the bees" can be heard. What work do you have in the port? The rhapsodic mare shakes her head. I think you'll find us most self-sufficient, Captain. Enjoy your visit. Take in some poetry. If I think of anything we might require, you'll be the first to know. Light sparkles through the jeweled petals onto the marble-white paths. Wherever you explore, poets and singers perform their latest work, while artists peer behind canvases try to capture the beauty in oil and chalk. In the horrors of the high wilderness, this is a place of safety and wonder, where nothing could possibly disturb the peace. But what is that buzzing in the distance? Ah. How many visions of the heaven do I have? One. We have a moment of Ooh. I think we should hold on to that for a moment, though. It seems expensive. Well, I'll donate 3 sky stories for some money. 50 sovereigns is nothing to sneeze at. Very good. We can donate a captivating treasure at some point, too. We wouldn't accidentally recruit 14,000 bees in a trench coat, would we? Depends. I have to like the cut of his jib first. Ah, here's something I keep forgetting to do, though, since we're out in the wilderness. Let's do a quick prediction, since I have restocked a little bit. First one of our new series. Safe and sound to New Winchester. Safe and sound to Winchester. There we go. And I'll set it up for 5 minutes. Yes, thank you. Got it. There we are. Well, I mean, money, or perhaps bees. Oh, a lovely stay at Titania, but we must be off. Bosun Buzz. Has a nice ring to it. Oh, is this a dead end? That'd be a bit rude. Let's just explore around the edges of Titania to see what we have here. Ah, away to the north. Nope, just another dead end. Very rude indeed. Ah, supplies are fine. We'll be alright. We must explore more so that we can gain more port reports and gain ever more monies. You have a distant drone, a crewman grimaces. Chorus to bees, he mutters. It does get a bit samey after a while, the old long pig. Is this a direction to go, or just another dead end? I know there's something down this way. Apart from sky-maddened explorers. We'll explore the captain's cabin of this poor Reach Marauder. Only one salon stewed gossip, though. Must be we're on the way to the Traitor's Wood. I'm assuming that's what that question mark is. Oh, another homestead. Ah, settlers who live so far beyond the edge of civilization. Oh, yes, we've read this one. Almost hidden beneath a growth of wild, sprouting foliage, as if it were the victim of a fairy tale curse. The flora of the Reach is difficult to tame, and the settlers that dwell here are struggling. Well, I do have them some carefully packed munitions, and I'll give us some bronzewood for it. 1 bronzewood and 1 munition. Seems reasonable. A fair trade. Yes, hello, cat. My cat has taken up residence upon my lap. Nope. Pardon me, sirs. Just moving past. Don't mean to interfere. Please enjoy killing each other. Top of the morning to you. Normally I'd hang around and pick over the scraps, but I think people would get mad about that. You hear that, Onyx? They want me to pet you. There we go, Nubbles. He's had his pet. He demands more. If it was 1v1, I would. Extreme Rice, thank you. Onyx gets more pets. Yes, you're a spoiled little baby, aren't you? Good boy. Well, we are near Port Avon. See, if I had a mining drill, I could harvest that rock for some hours, but unfortunately, this is a horribly under-equipped machine at the moment. Have you enjoyed your pet? Yes, you have. More damn dead ends. Oop. No. Sir. Sir. Ouch. He's crossed the T on me. This is bad. Ow. Every shot is a failure today. Well, there we go. With a groan like a dying whale, your locomotive's hull buckles. Your hull has fallen to zero. Your captain is dead. And so ends Xinthar number 6. Simply because I could not get on target with that one. And I get to end my prediction for the first time. Fire and death have awaited us this time. Well. That's our first death in Sunless Skies. I'm sure it won't be our last. The cold takes you. So, not all is lost. They managed to reclaim the Orphean. Though most fixtures were reclaimed, the Cotterell and Heathersay's Jerusalem was not, was unfortunately lost. Your predecessor worked for the Empire to honor their establishment affiliations. You've been given a generous gift. An honest gift or stolen goods, your predecessor villainous affiliations have profited you well. The bank, after funeral expenses, have passed on what was left from their estate. We inherit a copy of our predecessor's chart, though it lacks the details of their final voyage. You'll begin your career with the benefit of your predecessor's experience. Well, so who was this man? Who were we this time? One of our urchins rose up. I like this. One of our urchins has inherited the engine. Will they be kinder or worse? You were a street urchin. You raced barefoot across the chimneyed rooftops. You stole wigs, wallets, and purses. You made offerings to forgotten gods. The urchins of old London organized into gangs. Which did you belong to? The Knotted Sock. A close-knit band occupied a haunted rockery in the worst part of the city. Grace hearts, skill of convincing, enduring, and affiliates you with villainy. The Fisher Kings. Every Fisher King bears an old wound. Every Fisher King talks to the wind. Every Fisher King knows things they should not know. Increases mirrors the skill of deducing and observing, and affiliates you with villainy. Or the regiment, the most militaristic of the gangs in their blue jackets and bright buttons. You attain the rank of corporal. Increase your iron, the skill of confronting and overcoming, and affiliates you with villainy. Well, I like the regiment because that gives us some good iron to begin with, which does more damage. Wealth, fame, or the truth? Well, as an urchin, I think all we could ever strive for is more money. We want a comfortable retirement, and by comfortable you mean extravagant. Many have made their fortunes out among the stars, many more have failed, broken, lost in the drifting night. Will we be different? Substantial retirement fund, acquire lodgings at a hub port and retire. So, let's build our urchin. Something with a flat cap. It's quite a nice one. What about hair? What do we got for hair? Ah, yes, a scungy mullet. Some goggles. Seems reasonable. A reasonable schnoz. That seems fine. Slightly military cut. Don't call me an officer. I work for my money. Specialist seems good. And this will be Xinthar. Xinthar number 7. It gives us 17 iron and 25 veils. Yes, we need to get a better gun. Now we've got 2 extra facets we can take straight off. A spell in prison. The judge, stony-faced, condemned you to New Newgate, the stalactite prison of old London. Better with the wolf than the lamb. You ruled your corridor like a robber king. Even the guards knew better than to push you. Your punishments were less than you deserved. I like that. Take another facet. Yes, a mentor. For a time you enjoyed favor and protection of a mentor, someone who saw your potential and decided to nurture it. Or an unlikely haul. A week before your 13th birthday, when you would have been driven from the urchin gang, you took part in a daring heist which scored an unusual haul, which gives us a condemned experiment and a cryptic benefactor. A forbidden laboratory. It was crammed with clattering machinery. A chipped workbench was streaked with ruddy stains, something coiled miserably in the oily contents of a bell jar. Or a trove of disgraceful secrets. His lordship wouldn't want the contents of these letters to be revealed. In returns for them, he will pull some strings. Once. Yeah, it gets me a mysterious benefactor. I'll take it. Good. So how much cash did that get us? We have $164 dues. Well, I'll take the incautious driver. He's good to have on hand. The fastidious inspector. Pay does indeed sound promising. 50 sovereigns for an advance. Thank you for following Obey 13. Now we need a sky story for that, perhaps not. Mr. Menagerie is passing through New Winchester. We don't need any crew. They have our ambition of wealth. We only have a mangonel. Let's check the bazaar. Seeds for Magdalens. Hours for the circus ringmaster. And we can go to Port Avon to collect this unseasoned hours. That should be fine. Victoria's Market. No, nothing in storage. Alrighty. Should like to get that Parseval as soon as possible. Okay, I suppose we'd best be off. Unless I really do want to find... Oops, double tapped it. I could afford a Jerusalem just by itself, but that would cost me money. Let's see. Port Avon, we can go for hours, and then across to Palmyra and Plenties. Might even pick up some seeds there. Oh, that mangonel really does eat up heat. Oop, bit of jittering. Wispy condensation trails across the sky, the ghost of passing trains. Must be careful of cantankerity now. I'll have to pick up the quest here for their joining the lodge. Today the sky is as cool and blue as ice in a glass. I have never seen blue ice in a glass, but okay. Unless it was in blue curacao. An oily-faced, black-haired girl waves your locomotive into position. Welcome to Port Avon, she calls as you disembark. A rich knot of scents greet you, leaves and wood smoke, enriched by infrequent but pungent intrusion of goat. Shall write a port report? Use our salon stewed gossip. The bazaar. We need 3 seeds for Magdalene's? Yes. Port Avon Dock. Ah, hours at Port Avon. How much for the hours? 300 sovereigns! Well, wouldn't have had enough anyway. Another silent century passed. Upon the throne the king's corpse withered and sagged, mold devouring the incarnadine robes. Then a sound, the doors opened, a woman entered, young, scarred, a sword in her hand. Behind her were more men, more swords. About time, thought the throne. A tiny figure, weighed down by 2 backpacks and a heavy duffel coat, looks through his thick glasses at her map and then up at you. Excuse me, I need passage. I don't suppose you could help me. I'm on the trail of unusual beasts. I can pay you for your time. Welcome aboard. You said the magic words. Hybris. Yes, very good. Request membership. And this will get us cantankery. No, we need a scribe spinster and a chorister trophy. Very good. A shivering jemmy, a wheezing, sputtering, ramshackle engine dating from the first days of London settlement. It gobbles fuel like a starved wolf, and sulks worse than a cat kept in from the rain. It will, at best, suffice. We definitely need a better engine, that's for sure. But we did get an amount of small trinkets that we can trade up at Magdalene's. Excuse me, I have an itchy eye. Did I make a pork report? I've forgotten. No. I should have stopped in at Port Avon on my last one. Village Green. Hesperian cider. Cyclopean ruins. Oh, success. 2 jumbles of undistinguished souls. The spades are muffled. Your voices are low. Furtive hours pass. Hard labor is harder still when it must be done in silence. Eventually your crew heave on a steel rod, prying a gap between 2 stones. Something glints within. Souls. Trapped in lenses the size of soup plates, and stirring irritably in the light. I knew I'd fail. It's going to cost me crew, isn't it? Oh, we got one. Can I sell them? I can. No, I can't sell them here. I have 119. I'm full up anyway. Very well, very well. We shall be on our way. We didn't get the hours we needed. So I think what we're going to do is just head straight for Magdalene's. And drop off these seeds. I still do need to find New Winchester. Not New Winchester, the Windward Company or whatever it is. The fastidious inspector approaches you in the galley. Captain, good day. I noticed your ship's clock had stopped. Perhaps you'd permit me to repair it. Prefer to be right more than once a day. It has an uncouth splendor, but I miss Albion, the steady light of the clockwork sun. These sunless reaches are so misty and quiet. She pauses, but critical. The territories here are rich with raw hours, and enough vegetation grows on them to feed the whole of London, even if some of it is a dubious shape. Oh, hours have more uses than that. We use them to increase the efficiency of work wells, to speed journeys to distant regions, to resolve overcrowding in prisons. It does make life more difficult when time knots and stretches like wool on the loom. More difficult, but more vital. Her Majesty seized a great trove of them when she assumed the throne of ours, and now even more have been found in the reach. Miners dig them from the ground. She looks momentarily wistful. I hope some day to retire with a modest pension of years myself, to prolong the better part of my retirement. Yeah, we'll clear some of the dark out of this map anyway. That's better. Wonder if there's anything through the south here. Oh, nothing much, just Palmyre and plenties. This place was a battlefield, graveyard of tacketies and stovepipes alike. Speaking of which, sounds like a battle. Memorial to the unknown rat. Well, we haven't really been around the other side of it, and we've got a bit of supplies and some time. I'm sure nothing terrible will come of this. Send our bat out. What did you find? Oh, something down to the south. Not worth investigating at the moment, though. Seems quite quiet along this route. Ah, yes, just one of those dreadnoughts, that's fine. Ah, what have we here? I think it's worth risking the bat. Ah, we found Port Prosper. The Mornington Aberath span. Queen's Cross Station. We shall first and foremost deliver the fastidious inspector. Three fuel, 3 supplies, and gained 150 sovereigns. They planned to call it the Albert Clock in memory of the departed Prince Consort. But there's a way to go yet. The roof isn't finished, and the clock neither ticks nor bongs. You can see the fastidious inspector up among the workings with a spanner and a can of oil, showing the workers how it's done. Ask the horse foreman what they need. Perhaps you can secure it. Bronzewood, the foreman wheezes bluntly. 1 consignment. They sell it at Traitor's Wood and Palmyre in plenties, I hear. And a gourd of Charleston nectar, too. This bunch of work-shy ingrates and need constant shouting at, and my voice has given up the ghost. Some nectar should have me bellowing again like a champion. Curlin's your best bet there, or Titania, the flower town. We'll pay, like. Easy enough. Shall write a port report. I'm sure Albert could live with the other things that are named after him, indeed. The factories continue to belch out smoke, while over the bridge hopeful crowds gather outside the Admiral Nelson. Lovers can be seen strolling arm in arm along the promenade, at a respectable distance from their chaperones. There was a brief protest outside the Windward Company factory, swiftly quelled. The scones at the Nelson were as good as ever, though the piquancy of the jam was less than might be desired. Its narrow streets huddle in the shadows of a great crag. Banners display the stony features of her renewed majesty. Wealthy West Enders strut by, exchanging polite greetings and veiled gossip, while sooty East Enders work the file to hours refining factories. East Ender workers file to the hour refining factories. Peeling posters promise fresh, wholesome lives in the Reach to new arrivals, but most of the posters are years old. More newcomers arrive at Port Prosper than ever leave it. Gaudy banners fly at the painted rooftops of Port Prosper. The smog of the East End is hidden away by a giant poster displaying dragons in varying degrees of vivisection. The cramped streets are clogged with people. Wealthy West Enders promenade about amusements while impoverished East Enders work the stalls and huddled by the chestnut fires for warmth. A painted dragon pursued by knights is chased through the crowds to a chorus of Ho, the riding. Oh well. Fraternize with everyone. You're treated as a curiosity and viewed from all sides with suspicion. Still, you find yourself in conversation with an elderly colonel who has retired to Port Prosper. A bulwark of sanity, he calls it, a line in the sand against all the stuff out there. He introduces you to one of the riders in the procession, who takes on a tour of the carnival. You converse with chestnut sellers and flower rangers, drink in the outdoor pubs, and dance with several of the vaudeville players. At the end of the day, you've learnt many names and faces, and even acquired a few calling cards. Its narrow streets huddled in the shadow of a great crag. Banners display the stony features. We've read that. Ah, let's take a factory tour. The factories of Port Prosper East End belch out smoke. Inside, hours mined from the mother of mountains are refined. The workers live in tenement blocks adjoining the smokestacks and are ever rarely seen in the rest of Port Prosper. Today, the owner of the Windward refinery is allowing visitors to tour his factory. From your vantage point in the gloom, you see all sorts of things other visitors are not privy to, barrels being assigned to destinations based on prize rather than need, fatigued workers revivified by sips of unrefined hours. Several respond poorly and are hauled away to the infirmary. Only the most youthful and vigorous workers have been assigned to the workstation. The tours pass through. The rest wait in less sightly rooms. In the shadow, one aged man catches your eye and winks. Oh, we can offer some transport to settlers. Would-be pioneers clamour the station, eager to make their fortunes amongst the stars. My friend has been sending postcards from Port Avon, and I've never seen anywhere so quaint. You must take me there. He breaks off the handshake to cough in his sleeve. Forgive me. I'm hoping my new climate will improve my health. Please get me there as fast as possible. I'll pay you well if you do. Well, we can make a quick stop-off, I think. I've got a bit too much in the way of fuel, unfortunately. And supplies. And these damn souls. I would like to buy a couple of barrels of ours to take to Polmere and Plenty's, but I don't think I have enough. Oh well. We have found Port Prosper at least. Paid employment, bah. You have to be 16 to be employed, and none live past 12. Hello, the blue gentleman. And yes, we can buy more orphans. That looks like some kind of treasure barge. So we'll take this person to Port Avon, and then we'll move off to Magdalene's. Indeed. Once we get to Albion, we could dock with London proper and get as many orphans as we need. Although New Winchester seems to have its fair share of orphans for us as well. Some more tackities. Just sneak through this rock here. I don't want any trouble. It's getting quite close now. Lights in the distance, and Stoker begins to sing a ballad about the chimneys of New Winchester. Something with a touch more cargo space would be necessary, I believe. We haven't really encountered much at all on this trip. Which I am not complaining about. Old stones and forgotten ruins lie tumbled across the sky. There you are, settler. You're here. The colonist gives the settler a limp, awkward handshake. I am the founder of our little welcoming committee, he says. I should like to welcome you to Port Avon. May you find it happy haven. The settler apologized for not shaking your hand. You understand. You're well aware that in his condition hasn't improved. What with the nightly retching and the coughing incident in the mess the other day, he smiles weakly and departs. I will take his money. Still don't have enough money for this. Yeah, but I can't hold it, that's the problem. Where's that? 300. Well, I can buy some more supplies at least. Now off to Magdalen's to deliver these seeds. And then back to Port Prosper to purchase some hours and take them to Palmier and Plenty's. I wouldn't call it a plague, but I mean, yes. I'm sure Port Avon has its own way of dealing with these things. Don't worry about it. Delivering plague carriers to settlements? That doesn't sound like me. Ooh, dead people. That means free stuff. Ooh, that hurt a little bit. Trixie. Ow. Take my hull back, thank you. That's a beautiful sight. Look at that nice vista of sparkling stars. Oh, more stuff. I bet it's not another trap. Ooh. I'll take the supplies for some munitions. Should be getting close to Magdalene's now. No. Damn to reach more orders. We could gain some hull or some unusual cargo. Nah, we'll scrap the engine for materials. We're back to full health. Yeah. It's not very good that it does that, Night Owl. I would prefer to know what I'm giving up, but it kind of did tell me, because I had 4 supplies when I had 3 before. Kind of have to remember what's in your hull, unfortunately. Ooh, the Sahak wheel. %70 chance? Ah, damn. We lose an orphan and gain 27 sovereigns. I'll take it. Ah, I copped that one. Explore the captain's cabin. Some salon-stewed gossip. Well, we're almost to Magdalene's now. We can earn some more money and dispose of whatever else. Who knows, they may buy these souls while we're at it. And we can shed some terror while we're here. Oh, the keepsake market is in town, but first the bazaar. There we go. That gives us a level. Ah, well, unfortunately we already have some souls. Don't think I need any more. 55, they usually go for 70. It's not a bad deal, but I don't really have the space for it. Not when I could take some more fuel. What have they got here? 50. Oh, we got a otherworldly artifact. Soulless chambers. Request a cheap treatment for guilt again. Truly is a great soundtrack. I love this one. A very boring individual indeed. Their tedium was sublimely crafted. You recognized the lady as soon as you entered the room. She had been serving soup at the Round Table, or some even lowlier establishment beneath the bridge of New Winchester. And you made a cutting remark, perhaps you were less than complimentary, about the soup. Well, no matter, for here she is now, armed with tureens for you to sample. A stained bar stool has been provided for your comfort. Soup. A watcher by the station. He stares at your crew. As they disembark your engine, he turns away when none emerge holding anything. He is clearly agitated. Sorry, the man apologizes. I didn't mean to stare. It's just we've been waiting for delivery from London. Really important supplies. I don't suppose you might be heading anywhere near the relay to Albion, would you? If you could check if anything's happened to it, we'd really appreciate it. Albion Transit Relay lies east of New Winchester, near Port Prosper. Ah. There's a delivery waiting. We'll write that port report. We need the previously impounded goods first, and we can deliver them. We might just clear out this particular quest. Get rid of the guest. We shall deal with him. We shall disguise ourselves as his lover. When we return to the amenable host. We've already gained 746 sovereigns, so we're doing much better already. We're not really very high-terrored at the moment. We should also spend this. Let's take a new facet. You get affiliation, academe, villainy, bohemia. Let's get a moment of inspiration, I think. Love, the gradual erosion of that which separates you from someone else. The fitting together of two lives as intricately and intimately as the thread in a tapestry or the cells in your skin. And when one of those lives end, what remains of the other? You loved, you lost. How badly does it hurt now? Oh, thank you, Night Owl. Lovely water break, thank you. And inevitable geometry, thank you for the stretch. Oh! I felt that in my sternum. Oh. I think we'll take the hearts and the mirrors for this one. You feel always that something is missing in the middle of other things. You will look up and around and then remember that they will never be there. Confirm that. There we go. Anything else we need? We do have some stuff that we could... 11, 12. We'll just grab one more of those, and then we'll be on our way. Because we need to go to Port Prosper, and to pick up a few barrels of ours. And then take them to Palmiar and Plenty's Circus. Oh, we found the fallows. That's why he's so good at playing a lover, by the way. Hello, Grimos. Indeed. Our souls wander here and there. Never anywhere good, mind you. The Karpov. Korpov? Korpov. I'll just strip her for repairs. Posture check. Yep. I am still bent over. Not too bad, Grimos. Been busy as always. The HML Wellington Smythe. We also need to go check on that package down at the Albion Transit Relay. I think that will actually be our first stop. There we go, one Albion Transit Relay. Yes. Turns out the previous courier was detained for having the wrong paperwork. Fortunately, the goods were impounded on this side of the relay. The board custom official is glad to clear some space in their cramped office. As long as you don't want to travel between regions without the appropriate paperwork, they couldn't care much less about cargo. This package has been serving double duty as a card table for the last week, but now it's yours, and the people of Magdalene's will be glad to receive it. A stone edifice, scintillant with sigils and encased in a contrivance of steel and brass. This is the Jenkins relay, allowing transport via a loophole and some cosmic mandate across the sunless waits to a far-flung district of heaven. This one leads to Albion, the heart of the new British Empire and the seat of Her Royal Renewed Majesty Queen Victoria. Enjoy your muffin and milk, Grimos. Oh. We'll buy the barrels of ours we're missing. If we have to sell off some stuff to do it, that should be fine. We will sell off one fuel. We will take the hours. Very good. And now to Palmiar and Plenties. Unsettled dreams. That night your sleep is peppered with uncomfortable dreams. You dream of a storm whose lightning scratches words across the sky, and whose thunder is a cacophony of voices belonging to people you have known. Its winds pluck pitifully at your clothes. You're wearing black, somber funeral black. You wake. My engine is mostly crewed by the living. That doesn't fill me with any kind of confidence. But, nevertheless, we have things to do. Well, let's try it. Nope, failure. You find other crew in the galley and tell them of your dreams. They are unsettled. They had the same dream, too. Poot. Let's see if there's a southern passage. Whoop. Smack. Good quote, Grimos. I approve. Looks like there is a bit of a break between here and Polmiar and Plenty's. I do still need to find my way to Hybris. Captain, it appears that there's some kind of demon living in the engine. No, there isn't. We will keep going. Captain, don't worry about it. It only has power if you acknowledge us. And here is your barrel of unseasoned hours. For a tidy profit, I must say. Let's see, Ministry approved literature. I have no real use for it at the moment. I need more Sky Stories to recruit him. A fire. Listen to their stories. A fire burns by the obelisk where newcomers mingle. None of them seem to know what drew them here, save that they had nowhere else they knew they should be. They trade stories and the last of the liquor from their flasks, finding solace here for reasons that even they can't seem to explain. The broken, the disavowed, the fugitives. Every visitor has their own story, and a hole in their heart. A few demonstrate acts with which they hope to join the circus itself. Others talk of their plans to leave this place and resume their lives. Not today, but tomorrow, or the day after that, perhaps. Shall write a port report. The big top looms dramatically in the fog of the Reach, but it's not nearly as imposing as the massive obelisk floating nearby. Some enterprising soul has hung bunting between it and the big top. As for the circus itself, outside of the performance is practically deserted. You may be the first new face in the audience for quite a while. Oh, let's purchase some tickets to the show. No one in the meager audience displays any enthusiasm, not even when the ringmaster thunders in a horse-drawn calliope. Then come the acts themselves. Oh dear. The humiliated magician's trapdoors fail to open, leaving his glamorous assistant notably unvanished. The bereaved acrobat swings from a single trapeze. The other hangs lonely and unused. The pensive clown's fire-juggling act ends in disaster, and not the humorous kind. The less said about the lion tamer, the better. He should recover. We should sneak by, do the amusement. The first glance, the circus is in poor shape. A second glance reveals how much worse things are than that. You try the battered mushrooms and realize that they have yet to take off as a beloved snack. Attempting to dispose of the bag, you duck behind a stall and find a pile of them already waiting. Another visitor pokes their head around. "Is this where the bags go?" she asks and deposits her own with the rest. A pair of clowns, whose painted-on smiles do not match their actual scowls, spot you almost immediately. There is nothing funny about the heavy sticks they carry. You are less politely escorted back to the big top. Perhaps if you were better known around here, they would be less concerned. Perhaps. I doubt it. Well, we need bronzewood for that thing in the town, Port Prosper, for the clock. I think we only needed one consignment, so that will do. Greatly appreciated, Grimos. Alright, off we go. Now, where to next? Someone wanted to go to Titania, and I have need of Chorister honey. And to explore, of course. Well, let's see. Well, we can just zip around here. Well, at the moment, Drexik, we're not actually in London or Britain territory proper. We're in the Reaches, so this is the new territory that London discover and is attempting to colonize. Hopefully, soon, I will get to Albion and you can see all of London's glory laid bare. And hello, Master Mayhem 117, good to see you. Indeed, now we sunless skies instead of sunless seas. Now we get some fuel, always nice to have. Ah, yes, I do have the princess. She's in Port Prosper. I was going to recruit her after I do the, whatchamacallits, up to the north here. Titania quest. Although I probably should swing by New Winchester and pick up some kind of weaponry. Might pick up 2 Jerusalems and sell off this mangonel, because it's quite a hungry... Ooh, a homestead. We should drop in and say hello. No, we unfortunately have no munitions for them. Onwards to the skies. Yes. Count, I'm enjoying it quite a lot. I like this kind of game. I prefer the systems in this one. The trading is a much more forgiving, and so is the fuel and the supplies. So far, it's been quite good. Ooh, stuff. Ah, for God's sake. Get out of here. Go on, get. From hell's heart I stab at thee. I'll take his logs. What do we have here? The captain's door is covered in noughts and crosses, so it transpires the rest of his cabin. His logs and his body. In every game, the noughts won. When your search turns up few valuables, you return to your engine. Space Johnny Cash. Wonder what Space Johnny Cash's drug of choice would have been. Oh, there we are. A cryptic stoker wants to hold a memorial service for the crew that have recently died in your service. What? Talk about a waste of time. But if you must... Judging by his tattoos of a storm studded with mouths, and his rattling collection of talismans, the ceremony is unlikely to be Christian. Oh well. Let's see. We can forbid the pagan rite. I mean, I don't care. Worship whatever hell gods you want. I worshipped 3 gods of the Undersea. We had Salt, Stone, and that other one, who I killed, because he's a piece of shit. Approve and attend. And I fucked it up. The cryptic stoker appears before the gathered mourners with his face painted storm grey and his amulets rattling like distant thunder. He speaks of a storm that remembers, his voice reeling between a croaking approximation of an old woman's voice, a shrill mockery of a child's, a drawling attempt at high society patriarch. The crew seem unconvinced by the outlandish ceremony. Perhaps they long for the sober, plodding Sunday services of their youth. It's only black. Listen, if you can kill the god, it's clearly not a god. It's just, crap. It's like Captain Kirk. Why does God need a spaceship? God doesn't need a spaceship. Build his own damn spaceship instead of stealing Kirk's. Oh, what part of the law? Counts? I could extol various mad theories on what's happening to the Reach and what else is happening, but I like to do it as I go along. But if you have a specific question, I'd be happy to give you my theory on something. The engine's headlights glow like the ghost upon the icy mists. Well, the Reach The Reach is interesting because it had a sun once upon a time. There's the remnants of the sun around, and everybody talks about the sun that was. And then it's overflowing with life, despite the fact that it doesn't have a sun. So, something came along, killed the sun here, and as a result, the disease of life started to spread through this place. But it was a corrupted life. It wasn't normal. Not like the life you should know. All the potential time that sun held in its body just started to leak out. Well, inevitable geometry. Good taste has never stopped Captain Xinthar from doing what is needed. And if there is a rich old widow with an infinite amount of money, he is more than happy to do that. He will go to lengths we don't even want to talk about. Good taste or sensibility has never stopped Captain Xinthar. Almost crashed. Well, I mean, they've talked about the clockwork sun in Albion, but I don't remember them killing this sun. I remember this sun dying. I think they killed Albion's sun. We need that. Shall write a port report. Meet with the rhapsodic mayor. These questions and more, the Night Owl, will be answered later on this particular run, I'm sure. Work in the port. There's nothing to be done. Return to the main square. Grimos, no, what have you clipped? Oh well. Oh dear. Very good. Do we need any more fuel? We need a little bit of everything, to be honest with you. We could use a bit of fuel and a bit of supplies. Oh, too much. There we are. I really need that extra cargo capacity, though. Bloombauer. There's something we need to write. Sky shanties. I mean, I'll probably play Mask of the Rose. The genre is a bit of a no, but I would play it simply for the... What's the word I'm looking for here? The fail better of it, essentially. I'm going to play it simply to see what they've cooked up, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a dating simulator in the same way that a night out at the pub is considered socializing. They're both related but have nothing to do with each other. Yes, the Eldritch Horror dating sim. No, no you don't. Hey, little shit. I have made a terrible mistake. Recover its weaponry. Oh, great, now I've got a reclaimed... Now I've got two of these hungry creatures. Oh, look, let's get rid of the... We have some money up here. Ah. It's a shame I don't have any space for it. Oh, seriously? I just got cantankery! No, no, I don't have the weaponry for that. I need to keep moving. Speaking of which, we should speak to our officer. You enter the hold and find the game well underway. The driver sits cross-legged in a pile of freshly won sovereigns and three newly impoverished members of the crew. The stoker angrily throws an expensive-looking watch onto the pile of winnings and departs in a fury. The driver looks up. Specialist, care to make a wager? Oh, I'll make a wager. Ooh, 16% chance of success, though. The driver deals cards between the players. The cook and a crewman, whose name you can't place at the moment, watch each other with barely disguised suspicion. Behind you, a small crowd gathers to see their captain's coin. Yep, what a surprise there. You throw your cards down, not expecting to win. You're not disappointed. The driver bets everything on a single pair. The cook claims the pot. I hear you used to be a chess driver, says the quartermaster. The driver nods. You'd never have thought it as a child. I love my trains. Very ordered. A safe little space where they could go round and round and nothing could go wrong. It was only after the crash that I realized I needed more. I suppose surviving that taught me that there was more to living than simply being alive. Another round? Ah, I succeeded this time. You spread your cards out. The driver plays with instinct rather than strategy, betting everything on what turns out to be a terrible hand. Your luck is stronger. An entire royal succession stares up from the table. The other competitors can only grumble as you claim the pot. Wait, you're a Stainrod, as in Leadbeater in Stainrod, demands the crewman, and you're still taking coins out of our pockets. The driver shrugs. Black sheep of the family. We don't talk much, not since the accident. Mother didn't approve of my new career, and father, well, anyway. They shuffle the cards, smiling with confidence. Never bet what you can't afford to lose. Hey, Hazelwood. Slightly less dead. Good to hear. Ah, we'll let the games continue. I'm such a nice person after all. We will listen to his suggestion. The driver blinks. Can't keep anything from you, I see. I've been feeling a bit on edge. Would like to make myself useful if I can. There's races at the Royal Society. Maybe we could go there and you could drop me off for a bit. I could make us both a bit of money. They take out a coin and flip it in the air. It comes down on heads. Just a thought, anyway. What? Oh, yes. The driver scratches again. It's nothing, just a little earache. I'm sure it comes and goes. Their knee trembles with the frustration of being pulled away from the wheel for even this short conversation. See, all fine now. We could visit a doctor. Not necessary, the driver protests, scratching at their ear with renewed force. A look of pain flashes over their face for a moment. Perhaps my family knows of a specialist in the New Winchester. I think Father owns the building. I think I can call in a favor. Well, I think we will make for New Winchester. Because I need supplies. The Book of Hours demo. I have not played it. I'm not even aware of it, to be honest. I wish we had a lot more art of some of these trains, Hazelwood. Because I think they would look great, but there's just not that much except for the top-down view and the occasional side views. Oh yes, I remember Cultist Simulator. Oh, okay. Book of Hours is the sequel. Well, okay. I might give that a look. If I didn't have the creativity of a turnip Lord Grimos, I would happily draw space trains for days. Some 3D prints of them would be nice, though. Not this turnip. Oh dear. Oh, the Fortunate Navigator. Well, we will take that mission. Takity's engine has gone down in the fungal jungle of Hybris. Fungal jungle. Being a remote and mysterious colony on the very edge of the Reach, the town crier pauses for breath and enters an alarming coughing fit, having inhaled a lungful of smog. An enterprising stovepipe claps him sharply on the back. Thanks, he sputters. Are there any brave captains willing to rescue these poor souls from perfidy and mushrooms and such like? Cometh the hour. Cheers go up among the crowd as you step forward. God bless you, Captain, the crier says, his eyes awash with tears, though that could be just the smog. New Winchester needs more of such stock. Where now the heroes of the blockade? He hands you the report, which reveals the engine was last seen heading to Hybris. He runs off, calling for a state of perpetual revolution to a mixed response from the crowd. Well, we're only down one crew. We'll take the incautious driver to their family doctor. While the doctor conducts her examination, the driver asks you to update their old records with their current employment. You take a moment's pleasure in the driver's ridiculous middle name and pass over the field on gender, straightforwardly crossed out. Their address was last an eyebrow-raisingly prestigious New Winchester townhouse. You amend it to the name of your locomotive. Ah, the doctor says, peering into the driver's ear. A case of verdancy, a fungal colonization of the brain. Not uncommon in the Reach. You've noticed uncharacteristic impulses, changes in behavior. She eyes the driver's sky suit and scars. The driver nods. Yes, the spores root deeply in the brain. Attempts to extract them have had less than satisfactory results. I'm afraid the best prescription is to entertain them. Take them where they want to go. See the things they want to see. Typically, a little travel does the job. They'll soon lose interest. Ah, sentient fungi. How terrible. Well, there's an opportunity to respond to a distress call. Captain, a broad-shouldered Tackety speaks for the group. A friend of ours, there are protests, an acquaintance of ours, has sent a message from Hybris. She needs transport back to New Winchester. He pauses for breath. Would you mind picking her up if you happen to go out that way? She's a filmmaker. Goes by Lumiere. She said she'd never return, so I have to assume she's taken ill. Yeah, it'd be good to make sure she gets back safely. Hybris lies to the southeast of New Winchester. I appreciate Grimos's hard work. Ah, yes, of course it is. For some reason I was trying to find the I, and it'd be like mime, but yes, mademoiselle. Promise of days. Bid them goodbye. Yes, I will hire this one. Although, is that the... Oh, well, I can have two of each, may as well. You won't regret this, Captain. The navigator pumps your hand. He is an Imperial, a people descended from ancient Mongolians and led by the Eagle Khan, whose technology opened the doors to the skies. A passing skyfarer tousles the navigator's hair. For luck, the woman says with a grin. The navigator rolls his eyes. She's from my last crew. They thought I bought them luck. I didn't, but I'm still a good hire. Ah, we've got some money. What have we got in here? A bit of junk. Three-pack crates of munitions. And literature for trader's wood. Ah, dang it. Well, I'll take it. And I'll take that one too. Munitions can be found quite reliably. Let's see. We can sell off all these souls. No one needs them at the moment. And this crockery. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Let's see. Ah, where is that a blasted weapon? Hmm. We'll sell that off. Got no use for that. Oh, the uninvited. The cannons have their bows full of wrath, and ready mounted are they to spit force. This heavy custom weapon fires triple gobbets of gunge machine milked from imprisoned guests. It must be mounted in a large weapon slot. The tears of Astolat. The mirror cracked from side to side, a relentless chain gun that fires shards of vitrified ammunition at a rapid clip. Ensure that the last thing your enemy sees is their own screaming face reflected in the glass. Jesus! That's a weapon, all right. The wrath of heaven. O war, thou son of hell, whom angry heavens do make their minister, throw in frozen bosoms of our part hot coals of vengeance. A gargantuan device that launches correspondence-engraved rocks to express your displeasure. Well, let's see. What can we upgrade? Bronzewood shielding, crown of misery, pneumatic mining array. Ah, Gavin, thank you for subscribing. And good to see you again. Let's see. We should probably just take this piece of junk off and sell it. Have anything decent? We could install a Grimalkin. And maybe an Emanation. Or a Beulah. The strong shall be as tow, and the maker of it is a spark, and they shall both burn together, and none shall quench them. Praise Zorg. I don't know. Is the Durandal pressure canning system? Nope. That makes me think of Marathon, and I'm not okay with that. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll buy a Jerusalem. What's that thing's heat? Heat 30. Heat 10. Yeah, we'll buy that. Ah, what? There we go. I don't know why it didn't let me do it immediately, but okay. So that's taken us down a little bit in terms of money, but we're pretty good so far. Now we off to Port Prosper. I need to deliver this stuff to Magdalen's first. And I didn't buy any supplies, but that's okay. We can pick some up at Magdalen's after we make the trade. We'll see how this works out for us. Just getting a feel for the guns. It's not wasting ammunition if you have a use for it. Whoops. We'll gain some cash. I forgot to turn in my reports. There are more important things to be done right now. These are the borders of Queen's March, the first step in the long journey to Albion. The flint. Well, I'll take your plating back. I do like that they're a lot more forgiving with how you can do repairs, especially if you just find a destroyed engine. It's just a little bit further to Magdalen's. We're hardly running out, we've still got a whole crate. And besides, there's still plenty of people on board the train. Failed again. Ah. Well, thankfully I'm on my way to Magdalen's to lose all this terror I've picked up. But for the purposes of food classification, T.O., they are. Ooh, I didn't want to lose 350. But okay, I guess. They'll sell me some... Don't really need it. The previously impounded goods. Ah, good. 200 sovereigns. He has a request. I admired your discretion earlier. You have seen the dangers of our work upon those who abuse our services. Yet we are not immune to it ourselves. He draws your attention to several paintings on the walls. My regulars have at various points requested that I be a prospector on Lustrum, heir to a fine house in Port Prosper, and a titan of industry on New Winchester. Very specific requests and more. I have vivid memories of being all three, yet all cannot be true, surely. He presses the locket into your hand. This bears my image. See if anyone remembers me. I can't remember who I was before this. If I could be other than I am, I'd like to know. Lustrum, Winchester, and Port Prosper. Very good. Oh, well, unfortunately, everyone, that's where I'm going to have to leave it for tonight. I do not have any more time. It's been wonderful hanging out with all of you today. I look forward to doing more of this in the future, as always. As we I keep forgetting to buy supplies and other things. And my voice is starting to give out, so again, thank you all for coming. I hope you all enjoy your days and the like. And I will see you next time. Although next time will be Forbidden Lands. Thank you for the Waterbreak Night Owl. See ya.